So you graduate in 2024, right? You do some internships along the way. Now you're out of school. Fast forward, you're out of school a year, and you still don't have a job in cyber. So I'm assuming you're working part time or maybe doing something else. You join the vSOC program, and within a matter of a couple weeks, what happens next?
Well, after finishing the program, not even like 6 weeks after, I got an interview and I landed my job, my first full-time job, after being out of school. And so, what made me join the program was, first of all, a lot of these boot camps, they are for a longer period of time and they don't really guarantee you a job. They kind of just guarantee you the skills for the job you're looking for in cybersecurity. And I feel like this vSOC program really just, it gave you both. It gave you the skills, it gave you the hands-on work, it gave you the real world experience, it gave you what to do when looking for a job, how to brand yourself, and you kind of and all in a short amount of time. And so it kind of guarantees you getting a job if you put in the work, if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And yeah, just hold you accountable.
Really, that's incredible. I appreciate you sharing that because that's kind of like the consensus amongst a lot of folks that we speak to because they're either entry level graduates, mid career professionals. They're in the market, so they're enrolling in these boot camps. We've had students that have gone through boot camps and that you spent 15,000 upwards of 20,000 to go through this master's degree level of education, but it's really just comprised of self-paced modules or OSINT tools, and they're not using the licenses for the paid tools that are actually being configured and deployed in the environment. And so I think that's the differentiating factor and why you maybe experience some of the success that you have experienced and some of your colleagues is we actually have a SOC. We actually have the tools that are being used in the industry. And you're actually going to learn from engineers and analysts who are active in the field. So it's not like a theoretical lecture from an outdated professor that hasn't touched the tools in 10, 20 years. Because in cybersecurity, let's face it, in 1 year, you can be a dinosaur because there's things constantly changing, right? The tactics, techniques, procedures are changing. They're accelerating. The technology is continuing to advance. And so, what you're using 6 months ago is not what people are using, 6 months later. So I think that that's the differentiating factor. And I think that, that in concatenation with our career services and professional development, which is partnered with the Forbes Coaches and Business Council, is stellar. And I think it's second to none. I think it's one of the most competitive programs on the market. And I think the technical aptitude and technical skills and exposure combined with the job search strategies that we follow and the frameworks that we set forth really set students up for success.